Hello. All right. So your attorney has stated, did you have a chance to talk with Mr. Hardy? All right. This is an injury to a child. Are you all on that case? Yes. I don't worry, nothing's going to happen where you will need to speak or anything.
I do believe Ms. Bogus spoke to Mr. Hardy very briefly, but I'm not sure that anything was.
All right, because I just received an order, the protective order. So I'm gonna, yes, I'm gonna sign that. Do you all have the CPS records in your possession?
I believe so. We do.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a reset because your attorney will need time to go over the CPS records, and I didn't want you waiting here for a long time for the reset. Okay.
Okay.
Norma on and State, were you able to tender an offer?
We have not, but I do have confirmation that we did give him the CPS record.
All right. So was that previously done or just for the day?
That would have been today.
All right. So he has the discovery. And I'm going to reset this. And what will end up happening, our next setting, the state is going to give you what their offer is. And then I'll give you another setting for you to make a decision on whether or not you've reached an agreement with them or whether or not you wish to have a jury trial. Okay. All right. Hey, Fernando, you can come in. Deputy Laura, just wait right here. I'm sorry. If you'll take that from Fernando, please. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you. And I'll make sure that he receives it.
Okay. It's supposed to be some people here.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Nelson, please. All right, is February 13th a good day for you? All right, so they're going to have you sign the reset form and we're going to let your attorney know to be here as well, all right?
Okay.
All right, so when you come back on February 13th, the state is going to be prepared to tender an offer to your attorney and your attorney will discuss it with you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Once you
you.
sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, Amarion Sullivan?
Yes, ma'am.
No, another Sullivan,
You might go to jail.
but you may be related.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hello. All right, so on this case, what are we here for? Is it a motion to revoke?
It's an MTR, I believe, on evading, and he has three allegedly robberies.
All out of the
Not
same.
indicted out of the same incident. And I talked to Mr. LaHood and we're asking for minimum like 30 days just to get discovery on that because it's relatively brand new and I've just sort of read about it a little bit.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, the state and defense are asking for 30 days. Let's give them 45 days because then he will be done. I'm gonna put it in the notes. You all asked for 30, but I gave you 45.
I talked to Mr. LaHood, we were gonna talk off docket about it.
Okay, thank you.
And we have a motion to file on the bond, which I'll file later on this week and we'll follow up with the setting date.
Sure, and the setting for the bond, I'm sure he'll come back before that 45-day reset. Okay, what's the date?
February 27th.
All right, so we'll bring you back on this case on February 27th, but your attorney may have you brought over sooner.
Yep. Anticipate we'll be here sooner.
All right, how old are you?
20 years old.
All righty, do better, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jason,
I'm okay to set it because I know Jason, you know me, we work quick. So I'm okay to put it as a contested date. I think we're gonna have something worked out before then.
all right, so if it's worked out before then, let probation know.
Yeah.
Can you talk with them, Vashon, and let them how long you need to know that it's not going to be a contested, the time frame? All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 010688 State versus Samantha Ladone. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Brent Hardy for the defendant.
And are you Miss Ladone?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ladone, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, waiving count 2.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments and admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Ladone, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to Stephen, Stephen, Dingler, Dingler, in the amount of $878.88. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years and there be TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
States you may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages
10 and 10.
and who do they live with?
They got taken away.
All right, have your rights been terminated?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who is Giovanna Isaac Hernandez to you? If you were released today, where would you be staying?
My grandfather's.
Are there any children in that home?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you had employment?
Before I went to prison.
All right, and when was that?
I went to prison in 2021.
All right, and have you already served your prison sentence?
Still on parole right now.
Have you had parole hearing?
Yes, I have
And what was the result of the parole hearing?
to take care of this case first, and then they were gonna decide what they wanted to do.
All right. And do you know Stephen Digler?
No.
Have you ever had any mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
So why did you end up losing custody of your children?
Baby's dad used to beat me up really bad, and someone called on me that I never went and made complaints about it. I just let it happen, and they took my kids away.
All right, no, it takes more than that. I've done Child Protective Services cases. They don't just terminate your rights because you're in an abusive relationship.
I also did drugs and all that.
All right, so let's backtrack and take some steps back. Even if he was doing drugs, they would not necessarily terminate your parental rights. Now, they will terminate your parental rights if they tell you to do parenting classes and you don't do them. They will terminate your rights if you're with somebody who's being abusive and who's a drug user, and they say, hey, if this person does not become clean and sober and stop with his abusive behavior, we're going to terminate your rights because you continue to live with him. So if you were to continue to live with that person, then yeah, they'll terminate your rights for that. But they're not going to terminate your rights if you're in an abusive relationship and that's the only thing.
Well, I went to state jail and they terminated him also because I was locked up for more than 6 months.
And what were you in the state jail for?
For fraud.
And what were you in prison for?
Frauds.
All right, and the fraud with the prison sentence, I'm assuming that's not the state jail facility because you're saying
No,
prison.
those are 2 different times. Well, one was in 2016 and the other one was in 2021.
Okay. And are you looking at state jail felony time or prison time?
Prisons.
All right, because usually state jail, they do not parole you. You have to do that time day for day. All right. Is there anything else I need to know about you? All right, Miss Abrams, this is what we're going to do. 7 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. I'm going to want to tap in custody, follow tap recommendations. How often were you using meth?
I wasn't using it.
It was in your Louis Vuitton bag. That's what it says in the police report.
It was not mine, ma'am. It was hers, and she threw it on me. Like, they didn't even find it in my possession. I didn't have a bag on me. Like, they-
No, the police report, unless I'm reading incorrectly.
I didn't even have a purse that day.
Wait, we're gonna say, yeah, they stopped you in this vehicle and they said that that was yours.
Yeah, she told them that it was mine.
Do you want a jury trial?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, Ms. Abrams, it's gonna be a tap evaluation in custody, follow recommendations. And instead of regular and random UAs, I'm gonna want the UA hotline for her. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. She is not to reside with minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors. How far did you go in school?
Went to 11th grade.
All right, so when you said you worked prior to being taken into custody, what type of work did you do?
My grandfather's a provider.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. What's your grandfather's name?
Rudy
Rudy what?
Ladon.
All right, there's to be no contact and restitution to Stephen Dingler in the amount of $878.88. There's to be no in-person contact with Rudy Ladon. There's to be no unsupervised contact with vulnerable persons. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you obtain your GED or obtain some sort of higher level education or in some sort of trade school. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do the 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
But I can't have no contact with my grandfather,
Oh, you can talk to him on the phone, but there's to be no in-person contact.
even if he just comes every now and then, like he comes every now and then from the valley and he's sick right now.
No. Is there anything else? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful, communication is key. You need to make sure that you're in contact with your probation officer. If there's an issue, you can let the court know. And the reason why I'm not allowing you to have in-person contact with your grandfather right now is because you're not in the right state of or right frame of mind right now. You have drug issues, I believe. You have been in and out of prison for the fraud. And now we have this drug case and it's a lot of drugs. Okay? And probation also do a gang evaluation. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
How are your chickens doing?
Well, they're kind of dead.
Oh, you know what? I ran into somebody who told me, actually it was Lucy Adami Clark, the Bear County clerk.
Uh-huh.
And she told me that her chickens were taken down. And she's like, they didn't leave the feathers or anything. I said, it may be the raccoons.
No, raccoons slaughter. They leave dead chickens everywhere.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
Foxes. The coons will kill them just for the sake of killing them. They even if they're not going to eat them, they'll.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we have a class for them to help them?
Coons are bastards. I really don't like them.
Okay.
But foxes are the ones you can see a trail of feathers from the coop. I mean, a fox will go in and take one chicken and drag it on. You know, I found a chicken that was on the roost. It was literally laying an egg
Mhm.
and its head was gone.
That's an.
Oh my
A
gosh.
coon had reached up and pulled its head off. Seriously.
Our chicken used to get taken, the head was an owl that was perched up
No kidding.
and the owl just, all they'll take is the head.
Really?
Okay, see, I'm just thinking, it was like the movie Chicken Run. You know, the cartoon Chicken Run, where all you have to worry about is the person putting you in a pie.
It's obviously a complicated case as far as going over the offer and everything. So
All right, how much time are you asking for? I know you're 10 days, but Mr. Doze, if you can come forward, this is a discussion about your case. All right, so I'm being told that your case has been re-indicted. Your counsel doesn't have a copy of your indictment, the new one. He's entitled to 10 days to prepare. Of course, I usually give people more than 10 days to prepare. So I am trying to figure out what would be a good date for you to have a chance to consider whatever offer the state has made. And excuse me, could you print off, see if in the system they have the new indictment yet? And if you do, if you could print it out for them, it's on Darren Doe's.
It's only the same case number.
So what are you asking for?
maybe 3 weeks. That gives us enough time to go the indictment. The facts of the case haven't changed, so it goes go over the indictment and the offer to consider everything.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, they're asking for 3 weeks. This is what I want on this case. Set it in 30 days, but it's for jury trial. If you all work it out, you work it out. If you don't work it out, then we'll have a trial, because this case has been around since 2022. No fault of the court. It came from another court, and then discovery since 2022. All right, what date?
Judge, I can put it on that Tuesday, but it'll be February 11th.
All right.
30 days is February 13th.
All right, February 11th.
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
sir.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused, and they'll see if they can grab you a copy of the new indictment.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you,
thank you
Judge.
for dressing appropriately for court and always being on time. The line didn't stop you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me 1 moment, so I'm figuring it out right now. Is it just for one case or both cases?
It's the one case, it should be the murder case. Thank you. Hello.
Hey, Judge.
Hi. Yes.
I knew that you would be here and I just need, it's a pre-indictment case. It's just a
Okay.
signature.
All right, no problem. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. I had a chance to visit with family.
How long were you in Louisiana for Christmas?
I was there for 2.5 weeks. Take care of other issues as well, but yeah.
I'm sure the tree was full of presents for your niece.
Oh, yes. And it's so, it's so funny because the first mode of transportation she received, now children get the cars, that's the remote. So this time she got a bicycle and it took her a minute to realize that you have to power this yourself. It's not a battery operated, but she loves it. So,
Gabriel, we have a little bike that he just pushes on and that boy does not want to walk around the house. He just wants to ride
yeah.
his little bike around. And we got one that you push
Mhm.
and then eventually he'll be able to pedal.
Oh.
But he knows how to steer it. And so I was pushing him around and I took him to
Yeah.
he was gonna go into a store and he was like, wow, so just like trying to steer it away.
Oh my gosh. You know what? They need to bring back the big wheel.
Oh,
I mean, and the big wheel make that noise like you were really, yes.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, my younger brother had a big wheel.
I got him one of those dome ones
Mhm.
that you push, but they also can Flintstone it.
And you know, the big wheel, you didn't get a flat tire.
True, true.
So, yeah, bring back the big wheel.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate
All
it.
right, sure, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right,
Your Honor, may I approach?
yes,
During those who do have a witness.
okay,
I don't know if the judge of the court has done this, but are you able to explain to her what the
Sure.
document is and
yes,
her duties? It's Abigail Noriega.
all right. All right, state on Mary Guerrero. Who has that? It's a stalking. All right, have you had a chance to review the violation report? Okay, all right, Miss Guerrero, if you come forward.
No, I know what it says. Okay.
Good morning. How are you doing today? I'm sorry? I'm sick. All right, could somebody give Deputy Mahir, do y'all have a mask for Miss Guerrero? All right, Miss Guerrero, you're charged with stalking. Do you understand that? You're on GPS. And the reason why you're on GPS is because you're charged with stalking. Do you understand? So when you're on GPS, there are only specific places that you can go. You cannot just go wherever you want to go. Do you understand? So why are you traveling to these different places?
My daughter misunderstood what we were going through. She didn't understand, I guess.
I mean, but you knew.
Yeah, but it was my daughter talking to him all the time.
No, but here's the thing. You can't go where you want to go because you're charged with stalking.
They
So,
misunderstood the way, I guess, we didn't understand. I thought it was just, we could go anywhere. We didn't understand.
no. So let me explain to you. You can only go to specific places. So if you say, I want to go to the HEB, and let's say it's the HEB on De Zavala. That's the only place you can go, is the HEB on De Zavala. And if they say you can go to the HEB on De Zavala from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., you can only be at the HEB on De Zavala from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then you have to go back to your residence. You cannot do this. Oh, Burger King is on the way to the HEB. So let me stop at Burger King. Target is on that way. Let me stop at Target. And the reason being is because you're on GPS and you're not on GPS tracking. Do you understand? All right, state, what do you want to do about this violation report?
Continue on current conditions, Your Honor.
All right, so your conditions will remain the same, but you have to remember to follow those directions. You understand?
Yes.
All right, now the next question is, where are we? My understanding, all discovery has been tendered. states you tendered an offer in December.
Judge, we hired a private investigator who's investigating the case. He's completed his initial phase. He wants to do more work. I also want to get a mental assessment done of Ms. Guerrero. And like to request a reset for that.
All right, so you'll need to file that motion for an evaluation no later than Friday. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset. All right,
Okay.
February 13th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
What's the step for?
That's the CLO. The CLO probation.
Yes.
I'm here not as an attorney, but as a witness for Genevie.
We started last night.
Genevieve Lopez.
Next Monday.
Yes, it's
So
a
next Monday?
probation because I told her to appear in person
McFarland.
at a deposition.
Arlington, sir.
Oh, is she here?
I just talked to her. She said she was given permission by the probation officer to appear by Zoom.
Yes.
I'll make that for you, dog.
Get 5 minutes.
So she should be zooming in.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
She should be zooming in then.
I tell her that I don't even know.
If you let Ms. Ferguson know the number and
Okay.
probation knows the Zoom number.
And the probation does what?
Probation officer knows the Zoom number, so does Ms. Ferguson.
Okay, thank you.
What's that on COVID today?
Good morning, neighbor.
Morning.
You don't recognize it.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
Minding my own business yesterday, watching a football game that I recorded. 3 o'clock, I got a hearing notice for
What football game did you record?
pro games, the college games.
Just.
I have to record them all.
I have to watch it live because I feel like if I watch it live, then
Fast forward the kicks, fast forward the commercials, fast forward the talking heads at the beginning of the game.
but see, I feel like if I watch it live, I can will my team to win. If I'm watching it and it's,
And
you
that
know,
was,
there's nothing I can do if it's recorded.
LSU needs that, so you keep doing that.
So who are you here for?
3 o'clock, I got a notice.
Yeah.
Get your ass.
Nobody said that.
Well, more or
You're-
less, that's how I interpret it. Be here this
Who's your
morning.
client?
Priscilla Park. It's not my class. I finished her off last
Okay,
year.
so here's the thing. You need to talk to the MAC about that because I don't appoint
I know
people
that.
necessarily.
But
Let me see
This
what's
is
going on.
supplemental report.
All right, let me see what's going on.
Yes.
I got her deferred
Okay, just
adjudication
a
last
second.
year.
Let me
Okay.
read and I'll be able to see.
Are you feeling it today?
Yes, I'll be here the rest of the week.
Lucky you.
Being here.
Where are you normally?
I'm a supervisor, so I'm all over the place.
All right.
You gave her deferred adjudication in June.
Yes.
I got paid in July. I'm
Okay.
off the case and how
All right,
I
see,
got noticed.
Here's
I
the
don't know.
thing.
What?
This is what always amazes me.
What?
People will come to me and they will say things. I'm not the person who appointed you. So
I wasn't appointed.
here's the thing.
Okay.
You need to take your
Anger.
frustration and anger, take it to the MAC. Yeah, so go forth, take it to the MAC.
Can I leave then?
Yeah, go take it to the MAC.
And you.
Go to the MAC and
I'm
take
outie,
your
I'm
anger to
outie,
the
I'm
MAC.
outie.
Bye.
Next time email me or call me so I don't have to show up.
No, that's not her job.
That's true too. I
So
guess.
we're not doing that. So go to the MAC and explain to the MAC
And tell them
that you feel like you're not supposed to be on this case. Because the MAC is the person who appointed you or kept you on it or put you on the list to be here. I did not.
Okay.
So walk over to the MAC or pick up the phone and call the MAC and say, why am I listed as this person's attorney and I'm not supposed to be? The end.
But I'm
And what I
done.
can tell people is when you finish cases, I know this is what attorneys do because I used to do it as well. When you finish a case and somebody's on probation, normally you don't file a motion to withdraw because you're like, I'm done. Thank you, Lorraine, because you're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
But
you know,
when you
that
don't
takes too much
file-
time.
when you don't file a motion to withdraw, technically, you're still on the case. And so Mac is
For the
looking
rest of
at,
her life,
but yes, for the rest of her life. Mac is looking at, you didn't file a motion. Did you file a motion to withdraw in this case?
no, I'm like her. I don't do withdrawal.
So you know.
Oversight,
Yeah.
Mac routinely appoints new attorneys on MTR.
Well, this isn't even an MTR.
It
But-
could be a coincidence.
But you know who your anger should be?
Odyssey.
No, yourself, because you didn't file a motion to withdraw, technically, legally.
I can't be angry at myself, Judge. I love myself. Whether it's hard to love myself.
Yeah.
I think it's the same
No, I never got another
Thank you,
appointment.
Lorraine.
I never got another appointment. I just got a hearing notice. Be
Lorraine,
here tomorrow.
sometimes you just can't bring it to attorneys. Sometimes attorneys just want to be angry.
Can I leave or run out of here?
I wouldn't run because you may trip and fall.
Being as old as I am, I might get hurt.
And then
But I can't pull a muscle. I'm too old to pull a muscle.
do you have muscles?
Yes, that's right. That's why I couldn't pull a
So-
muscle.
I would suggest that you take your anger to yourself and to the Mac.
The man,
Yes.
because I gotta love myself, right? I have to
Okay.
love myself, right?
All right.
Okay, baby. Later. But
I like Priscilla Para.
So if I get another appointment.
If you come down, please.
I just got a hearing notice.
I don't know, I'm getting ready.
Oh.
There's a lot of that.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, everyone, please whisper. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, I guess.
Okay. So this is what's happening. You were placed at DDRF. That was to help you with your mental health issues. But DDRF, they're saying that your mental health issues are at such a level that they can't help.
Okay.
So we've got to find a place, another place for you to be.
Okay.
All right, because there's some issues with what you're consuming, and what you're consuming could be very dangerous to you.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out what would be a good placement for you, because I don't want you to injure yourself. I want you to get better mentally and not injure yourself physically.
Okay.
Okay, because at DDRF, they can't watch you 24/7 to make sure that you're not eating things that you should not be eating, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're always been patient and I appreciate that. So if you'll just be patient with us, we're going to try to figure something out, all right?
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Norma? Yes. Can you see if Renee Munoz can come down?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know. What else?
Yeah, I don't know either. So I'm trying to figure out something, but she'll need a case manager and everything to be set up for her. So
Yeah.
I'm going to think on something.
I don't know. ACOG has pretty extensive case management for people with serious disabilities. I don't know if that's something, but
Well, I'll need that. And then I need an attorney for her
yeah,
that is an attorney and a counselor at law.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Who is here for Genevieve Lopez? Is not Robert Brawback. It's Stenberg. He said he's a witness. My mom always says, don't put anything in the universe, and so does Deputy Laura. But can today get any crazier? I'm sorry. I can't take it back now, can I? I'm like, whoa. I don't necessarily appoint people.
I was telling you manifest what you say.
Today is going to be a glorious, beautiful, non-combatant day.
Today's a good day. Today will finish early. Today will be on trial. Today is a great day.
It's a great day. Now, Robert, when someone makes $1 million off of that idea, you're going to say, Why didn't I do it?
I missed my opportunity.
Can we follow up on the plea from yesterday?
Yes.
Just approach off.
Okay, yes, just give me 1 second. Let me put this in the system. Oh, it's gonna take 2 minutes. I just need to put this. All right, yes.
Zachary, Dikey,
Yes.
I think, yeah, so we have given, or like reconsidered an offer and extended a different offer
Mhm.
that would require screening for the type of facility that we believe that he needs to go into. But that's just where we're at.
Yeah, I need to talk to him and make sure, and then if the court would allow, we might ask to amend or reconsider.
And what facility are you all looking at?
DDRF.
All right, so you probably want to talk to probation because I just had someone here. Just 1 second, let me do this. Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. But are you cold?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. You know, they say we may get snow next week.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a high of 21 one day.
We'll see what happens. All right, so on this case, was there supposed to be a motion to sever?
Yes, I filed it, Judge, and I talked to Jason. He said they don't oppose it.
Okay, so let me, excuse me, could I have the,
Yeah, I've got the original.
All
if
right,
you want to
thank
use that.
and I'll just sign it so there'll be no issue. All right, so then the next thing we have is, let's see, just let me find one thing. Discovery. Where are we on that?
Judge, I know that most of it's uploaded, I believe, I mean, there's quite a bit, so.
Okay.
So because this is sort of a mixed in with some other cases, so I believe that Mr. Mauer probably, I'm assuming hasn't reviewed all that, I don't know if he has or not.
But Judge, I think, I know we reviewed some of it. So I anticipate we have it. If the court can give us a plea deadline setting,
Okay,
and then I'll be talking to Jason moving forward.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this in 60 days for a plea deadline day? I figured that'll give you
Yes, ma'am.
30 days for the discovery and everything.
Yes, ma'am. It will.
And it's on Ethan Rosales. All right, March 16th, is that
That's a Monday?
spring break?
No, spring break's on the 10th.
But is that a Monday or a Tuesday?
Monday.
Okay.
All right, March 17th.
St. Patrick's Day?
We'll be here.
Top of the morning.
And that's what everybody will be saying.
Y'all mind me.
And I'll see, and I'll see if I can do an accent. Top of the morning.
I'll bring a green robe for you, my aunt used to wear it.
Okay, awesome.
I remember
Okay,
her
would
wearing
be
that all the time.
I would be so honored.
I have it.
All right, don't make that promise if you're not gonna do it,
All right.
because if you bring it, I will wear it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
I remember her wearing that all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to laugh because always used to bitch her about smoking. She was like,
Well, everybody used to go smoke.
Yeah.
Terry McDonald used to go down.
Yeah.
Terry McDonald years ago.
All right, Jacklyn Vera. All right, there's someone here on iPhone.
That should be her.
All right, Jacklyn Vera, is that you? Oh, she's connecting it. Is that your client?
Yes, ma'am.
She's connecting to audio.
Okay.
So.
All right, are you Jacklyn Vera? Could you unmute, please?
Not working.
She's not unmuted. Let me send her chat.
I'll text her too.
Do you want to put her on your cell phone?
Sure, Judge. If you're okay with that,
Yes, that's fine.
just call her on speaker.
Yes.
Lindsay, are you calling me?
Who's the person with Monique's phone?
I have it.
Monique's phone is gone. So if you want to just call her and put
Yes,
her on
ma'am. I'm
speakerphone.
sorry, Judge.
No problem. It happens.
She's probably not wanting to answer my call because Zoom.
All right, I tell you what, let me do this. Let me disconnect her.
Just
And then maybe now she'll answer.
now I can't get my phone to ring. Goes straight to a
right.
voicemail.
Let me ask you this. Just one
Here
second.
she is.
Uh.
Oh, shoot. I hit decline. There she is again.
Oh, it's been a
Hello.
Monday on Tuesday.
No, that's okay. Jacklyn, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone with the judge, okay? She's right here. Okay. Okay, can you hear us?
Yes. All right, Miss Vera, have you already applied for the PTD and done the contract and everything?
I'll speak for her. Jacklyn, that's what we just talked about. So we submitted the contract last week.
All
So
right.
we're just waiting for her orientation.
All right, and do you have a date of orientation?
We don't, Judge. I can tell the court I only sent the agreement to PTD. I believe it was Thursday.
Okay.
So I could follow up with, is it Lucy Salinas or Beatrice, and then let the court know as soon as I get a response via email.
All right, Miss Ferguson, can you give me a PTD date on Vera? All right, it'll be February 18th.
Okay,
And
yes,
your
ma'am.
client can appear by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jacklyn. I'll call you later.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, up for trial, Michael Johnson.
Downstairs, Judge.
All right.
You need him up here, Judge?
Yes.
State would not be ready, Your Honor.
All right. And State, have you filed a motion?
We have not, Your Honor. We are waiting to see if one of our witnesses has appeared.
All right, any objections to them doing the oral motion?
I guess no objections to oral motion. I would object to the motion.
All right.
Yes.
So they'll bring your client up and then I'll hear your motion and I'll make a ruling on their motion.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Lorraine,
Yes, ma'am.
you may want to talk to Will too. I know the felony drug court, they have a dual diagnosis. So you may want to talk to him, but they're not accepting new people until,
Yes, ma'am.
so you may want to talk to him about your client.
Sure. Yeah, what's going on with your personal?
Hello,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from Martha and Caroline West. I don't.
I'm telling you, I don't think people realize how you need your downtime, just to get away, because this is like 24/7.
It was so, like, I had so much anxiety coming back because I was like, my email inbox is gonna be the thing made of nightmares being gone for 5 days.
Mhm. All right, so on Shelby Jean Rodriguez?
Yes.
Where is she?
She's right there. She's
All right, come forward. Hello, good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, so why were you late?
There was a line downstairs, and then I stood outside because I wasn't sure if it always open.
Okay, so you're gonna have to make sure that you're on time. You understand? Okay, and consider that there may be a line. Some days they're not long lines, and I don't know why. And I even tell people when I see them standing in the long line, I'm like, if you go next door, there's no line.
I know. We know
And they're
the
afraid they're
tricks.
gonna get lost.
Yeah.
So there are other lines you can get in. If you just see the long line, you can go next door and take the tunnel and take you here.
Apologies.
Okay, so today is plea deadline date. Where are we?
So Judge, I just talked with the state. This was a little bit of a different, unique situation in the sense that Shelby's lead counsel on this case, one judge, she's a Harris County judge as
Yes,
of January
yeah.
1st. I think she withdrew.
Yes.
And so I was second chair on the case mostly because I represent Shelby in her divorce case.
Mhm.
She's exhausted funds tremendously through the course of this case. I don't know if you need a motion to that effect to be able to reappoint Adam LaHood as first chair. I did speak with Adam about it. He was willing to go back on as first chair because I know how heavy his caseload is. And I was going to ask the court if you would reappoint Adam LaHood as her lead counsel, and the state has agreed to extend the plea that they've given us a plea so that he could discuss it with Shelby and we could decide together if that's the route we were going to go.
And of course, I trust you as officer of the court, but is there any way you can call Adam? Have you had a chance to speak with Adam?
I spoke with him a month or two ago, but we've not talked since.
I spoke with him right before, I think it was like December 23rd. And he said that he would come back on the case, like if the court would allow him, if that was something.
All right, you want to give him a call and see if that's still the case?
Sure, absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
And so if that's still the case that he wants to be on it, then I will have him placed back on it. But Ms. Owen, since you have been on this case for a while, maybe you can still remain as
I plan on staying on the case with Adam. When I talked to him about it right before the break, he seemed excited for us to possibly work out a case or try a case together. So I will text him right now.
all right, so you can text him if that's still the case.
Okay.
And then state on this case, your plea on Shelby Rodriguez, your offer is still the same offer? They haven't changed their offer?
No.
And you're aware of the offer?
Yes,
Yes,
we
Your Honor.
we spoke about it a little bit last time because they had talked about offer that they were gonna give, and now I see it's in the file.
All right, so you'll remain on the case. If Adam wants to be back on the case, I'll put him back on the case. Do you have any objections to that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll reschedule this for 2 weeks
Okay,
for the plea deadline date.
okay,
And then it's gonna, next setting will be trial if you all can't reach an agreement. Do you understand?
Sure.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset for plea deadline.
and I will text Adam right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
January 28th.
All right, on January 28th, you'll need to come in at 9 a.m. All right, and let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state or not. If you have not reached an agreement with the state, then your next setting will be for a jury trial. And Ms. Owen will remain as your as second chair counsel. And Ms. Ferguson, let me look to make sure. Can you pull the court's record? Because I see a motion for continuance has been filed. I'm not going to rule on the motion for continuance because this is really, it shouldn't be a motion for continuance per se, because it's you need a new attorney because your other attorney was elected. All right. So this is listed as a motion for continuance, but in the body of the motion, it's listed as a motion to withdraw. All righty.
It looks like this was filed whenever she had a case out of county and I was gonna be in trial on the civil side. And so I told her I couldn't come on
Okay.
that date. And so maybe she put them together. I don't know.
All right. All right. So Norma, if Mr. LaHood agrees, then he'll be placed on as first chair and Ms. Owens will still be on, but she'll be a second chair. Yes, Adam. All right, and you'll be back on January 28th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Are y'all ready on Michael Johnson?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. All right, Mr. Johnson, come down.
No, it's enough. My goodwill can't put too big. Choosing something else right now.
All right, Mr. Johnson, the state has filed a motion to dismiss. The reason for the dismissal is because they say there is a missing witness. What I can tell you is whatever brought you here do not come back here again. You understand? If you have anger issues, you need to work on that. Anytime you're in a relationship and the arguing is too much, you need to leave. Anytime you're in a relationship and you think that you're going to become violent with somebody, that relationship should be done with. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. And your attorney had you dressed very well for trial.
Pants are a little big, Judge.
Oh, that's okay. The top is great. All right. Good luck. You're welcome.
Judge, you still on the
Yes.
record?
Does it show that it's been signed?
Which one? The motion for continuance or the motion to withdraw?
Motion to withdraw.
It has not been signed yet, Judge.
All right. I need the motion to withdraw.
Okay, print it right now, Judge.
Thank you.
And Judge Adam Hood just verified that he, I said, I'm in court right now. Judge just asked me to verify. He said, sure.
Okay.
And he just gave me his bar number so he could get placed back on, which I'm sure normal guys.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. And Lorraine, did you get a chance to talk with Renee?
No.
Oh.
Renee who?
Munoz.
I will do that right now.